My name is Elise Jacobelli Montesano. I'm doing this video raw. It's not scripted. I just have a couple things written down here, but it's not scripted. I don't know how it's going to come out. I don't care how it's going to come out, really. I just want to tell you my story. I have a whole Facebook page dedicated to the cause of BWS, Benzodiazepine Withdrawal Syndrome. Again, my name is Elise Montesano Jacobelli, so please refer to my Facebook page if you need help understanding what is happening to you while you're on this horrific drug. Because there's stages. There's the impaired stage, right? There's the withdrawal and disability stage, and there's the recovery stage. I'm in the mid stage, unfortunately. It was given to me for sleep back in 2011. I was diagnosed with a thyroid condition, as many of you know, and they gave me a benzodiazepine because my sleep patterns were off. So within a month, I was working at a really fun, cool place. I loved the people. It was just great. I had to leave. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't do my part-time. There's no way I could have went forward with my part-time business. I had a really cool part-time business. I couldn't concentrate. I couldn't meet deadlines. I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't know it was a benzodiazepine. So I went through a long journey of fixing my thyroid naturally, and that's a long story. And it's incredible to know that it was benzodiazepine. And I went to my doctor. I said, I need to get off this drug. It's making me feel unwell. The guy was trying to convince me it was, my anxiety or something coming back, which, yeah, I had anxiety. I had anxiety straight after a horrific marriage and a breakup with someone that I probably blamed for my anxiety for years, until I actually healed my anxiety because I understood that it was my thinking process and my behaviors that were causing it. I actually helped an amazing guy, Barry McDonough, which is, I'm telling you this because it's important going through BWS that you learn how to manage your thought life and you learn how to manage fear and anxiety, because you're going to have a lot of it coming your way through BWS. So through this panic away program, I healed 100% my anxiety condition at the time. I don't know, people label them anxiety disorders. You're just thinking in a way that is wreaking havoc to your system and your life. I healed all that. I helped him edit, his book, and I had to hear this doctor say, "Well, maybe it's your anxiety coming back." I'm like, okay, maybe it's coming back without me thinking. You have to have thought-provoking anxiety. This was like chemical. I was having chemical anxiety, like fear for no reason. I'm like, what the? But I had the skills, right? I had the skill set. So I was totally always accepting how I was feeling, accepting. So this doctor, the first doctor, I totally freaked out on, and I told him that, you know what, when I'm well, I'm gonna sue his ass. I walked back into that walk-in clinic. He's nowhere in sight. So another doctor took over, and like I said, we did a 2-month rapid weaning off. He said it wasn't going to be any problems, and it's on my Facebook page. There's no words to describe the amount of suffering that you go through. Hallucinations. You just out of body experience, the shaking, feeling like you're going out of your mind. It's just the list is endless, because benzodiazepines, they affect every system in your body. Your brain, your nervous system. Like, that's why a lot of people, honestly, when they're on this drug, while they're tapering off, while they're trying to heal their brain, because then it takes 6 months to 2 years to heal your brain. So this is a long recovery. And a lot of people think they have MS because some days you can't walk, I mean, it's your brain, right? It's a brain injury. And you can't walk, you can't talk, can't snap your fingers. You feel numb, you feel all kinds. I've had all kinds of symptoms. I had to write them down. There are just so many. Derealization, when like nothing seems familiar to you. It's like you're in twilight zone. Total sensitivity to noise. You can't even have anyone here visiting you. I can't sustain a car ride. This is what it looks like for me now, because I'm now in the disabling part for 15 months out of my 6-year journey. This is a real disabling part where I can't do anything. Can't take care of my family. It took everything. I can't stand in front of the mirror with my brain feeling tortured to put on my makeup, to take a shower. If I was last year in total acute, I wouldn't even be able to do that. You can't, the most simplest of things you can't do, because mentally you're bombarded with all kinds of symptoms. You're irritated. It could be rage. For others it could be panic and fear, all chemically induced. Brain feeling like it's burning, like a burning sensation. Cognitive issues, we won't even go there. The fatigue, you feel like you have a flu. There's so many. You feel like you have ALS. Every friggin' disease out there, all at once in your body. That's benzo withdrawal syndrome. That's how it feels. And we're not freaks, because you know what? Thank God that when I crashed while I was weaning off the first time, second time, I weaned off, even doing a longer taper. I crashed near the end, and doctors didn't know what to do with me. Benzo specialist downtown. Well, let's try to help. I got down to 0.4 out of 2 milligrams. They held me for a friggin' 13 and a half months, hoping I'm going to stabilize. Because I was out of my mind with symptoms from morning to night, in my bed, holding on for dear life. Okay? Yeah, somebody could say, well, she's always been a little bit dramatic. Okay, look, there's dramatic when you talk, and then there's freaking symptoms. Nobody wants to stay housebound. Nobody wants to stay bedbound. Especially someone like me. I love traveling. I love people. My friends can vouch for this. To be in bed, I was in that bed. Okay, it's only been maybe, 6 weeks that I'm not in there every day, but I'm still in there at least a couple times a week. People don't make this shit up. There's no way. Like, I connected with an online group when I went into this horrific phase of the disability when I crashed. And I will explain what that looks like in another video. Facebook, thank God for social media. Thousands of people with the same symptoms. Same symptoms as I have. Same kind of journey. Different. Maybe our symptoms are somewhat different. Same journey. All over the world. And that's how I distract myself to get through my day, because our symptoms are so agonizing, especially the ones that it's like a brain torture. Your brain is being like physically tortured, that you have to distract 24/7 from going insane. So how I distract is I just keep people from not killing themselves, from not updosing, from not getting back on these horrific drugs, from not trying out any other drug, to just give them relief, because this is such a long, horrid process. And why? Why does it have to be? Why don't doctors and pharmaceuticals get educated with what you're giving your patients? Why don't doctors listen when their patients say, well, I feel like this, I really feel weird on this drug. No, but it's not the benzodiazepine. It's the benzodiazepine. Thousands and thousands of people all over the world that'll back me up to what I'm saying to you today. And I'm not well enough. I am not well enough to take this on, but I will take this on. I will knock down every television station, any journalist who's going to hear my story, and the thousands of people that I represent all over the world. It's going to be mainstream. You're not supposed to give that drug more than 7 to 10 days. And they give it to you for 5-6 years for sleep or anxiety or restless leg syndrome and just a host of conditions. It's incredible what they give it for. High blood pressure, they give you benzodiazepine. I have a lady in my group, she's like, all I had was high blood pressure. I didn't even have any like major stress or anything throwing off my system. Poor lady's holding on to her bed for dear life. Friggin' 2 years. She hasn't been able to do anything for... Why? What the Seriously. Well, pharma and medical community has messed with the wrong person. And I represent a community of warriors because anybody thinks they're strong. When you have symptoms you can't describe in your body, in your brain, the torturous symptoms, you can't even finish a conversation sometimes. A lot of times you can't even talk on the phone, you can't read, you have absolutely no cognitive, simple things like going on Facebook and navigating around Facebook, you can't. Today I'm able to talk, so I'm going to talk. Next hour I won't be able to talk. It's brain injury. Get yourselves educated from the people that have suffered through. Bliss Jones, Recover and Renewal. She went through the exact same thing as a pioneer and has helped over 8,000, 9,000 people get to the finish line, no matter how long it is. Read all her stuff. She was a normal functioning human being until this, and then she went through the same pattern and is now 100% healed and is living to help the rest of us get through. Listen to people like her. Don't just poo-poo it and think that, oh no, these people are making things up. Do you know what it's like to have horrific the physical brain symptoms cause mental symptoms, and you get, you feel like you're going to self-combust. You actually feel you're just going to jump out of yourself. It's the worst. Honestly, I have to say, I have watched an ex-boyfriend go through sarcoma cancer. I've seen a lot of things in my life. I have come through a lot of things, and I pat myself in the back for just the fact that I've mastered anxiety. Okay? There is nothing out there like this sickness. I've seen people get into horrific car accidents and they're just relearning how to walk. They heal faster than us. People that have cancer, breast or whatever, heal faster than us. Heart conditions. I could have had all that, plus probably facelifts and all kinds of stuff done in the amount of time it's taking us to heal from BWS. I have a lot more to say about it. So right now, look, I can't work. I was in university studying to become a pastor, opening the Healing Transformation Hope Center. It's going to happen for sure. When in my taper I crashed, and look up what that is, and I will explain it maybe in another video. It's been 15 months. I can't take care of my family. I can't drive. I can't sit in a car. I can't have a lunch with my friends, just to go out, have a lunch, because my brain symptoms are so horrific. And all the other symptoms so horrific, I can't sustain it. Can't have my stepkids here, because I just don't know when. I just gotta go upstairs and I can't hear anything. So we're a community of pastors, of teachers, of nurses, social workers, corporate people, students. Is it a coincidence that we're all going through the same thing? I get IM from all over the world. I help people stay alive through this. This is just part of my story. I am pissed off. I am angry at our healthcare givers. I'm angry at the people that are not listening. Once I recover, I promise that you will listen to me. You will have no choice but to listen to the people that have become warriors through this. We've become warriors. No one can say they're strong unless they've survived something like this. So stay tuned.